Well, hello there, barbecue friends. Today, I got a request from a viewer, Andrew, asked me if I could show a whole chicken rotisserie cook here on Napoleon Grill's Pro Kettle. So I thought, I'm making dinner anyway, might as well put it on video, show you what I'm doing. So this is how I do a whole chicken cook rotisserie here on Napoleon Grill's Kettle. For this one, we're going to start the charcoal off in a charcoal chimney. So to get our charcoal ignited here under our charcoal chimney, I got some instant fire starters. Put a little cup under there. These are great starters, and the company that makes these starters employs adults with autism. Always a great thing. And the type of charcoal I'm using for this cook is a Fogo charcoal. Don't need too much of it. Once this charcoal is ignited, I got these two small baskets I'm going to put on both sides of the grill. So give you some idea how much charcoal we need. Use my nice torch lighter. Put our charcoal chimney over top. We'll let those ignite. This is a split shaft rotisserie. So it threads in the middle here, so it comes in two pieces, so I can throw it in the dishwasher after. Very handy. Our prongs. While our charcoal's lit here, let's get our chicken on here. Now, there are 4 of us eating tonight, so I was going to buy 2 small chickens, try to put 2 chickens on the shaft, but I found this at my local butcher shop. It's a big 6-pound chicken. So, hey, we're going to do 1 chicken. Look at that. So we'll just take it out of the wrap here. Put our split rod right through the cavity of the chicken here. Put our prongs right into 1 in each breast there. Push it in. Same thing, we got the larger prongs here. We'll try to go right into the body of the chicken. There we are. All right. I like to tighten our thumb screws with a little more persuasion than my fingers, because once that gets on the grill, it likes to loosen up. There we are. Now that it's on our rod here, let's give it some seasoning. I'm not going to use a binder here. I mean, it just came outside. I'm going to use a Suckle Buster's chicken seasoning here. Chicken wing seasoning, actually. I'm not using a binder. Get everything on there. Try to get the back side. Get these wings nice. These legs. I think what I might do, I might tie my legs up here just to keep those from flopping around. Now I'm just using some cotton string here. Tie it to the shaft first. Then we'll run it along each leg like this. All right, our charcoal is well lit in there. I'm going to put 1 split basket on one side of the grill, 1 on the other side of the grill. And just divide this, what I got in my basket, in both. Now that I got some hot coals in both my baskets, just going to add a couple more unlit coals here. This basket's a little less even than this one. Add a couple more in here. All right, something like that. All right, here we have it. 1 basket of charcoal there, 1 basket of charcoal there. And our rod's going to come through like this. Well, maybe I'll orientate those baskets a little, just rotate them a bit. All right, I just rotated the whole bottom basket just over. Our rod will come through like that. So at this point, we'll just close the lid on the barbecue. Let everything come up to temperature before we put our chicken on. Now the very bottom vent setting I got set at 1. The upper vent is just above the fully closed. And we'll just let everything level out right there. Give it about 5 minutes or so. There, it's been a few minutes, just letting this grill come up to temperature. We're just above 300 degrees now. Let's get that chicken in. Slide that in that side, into our motor. Make sure it's fully into the motor. Then we'll adjust our bearing side. Tighten the thumb screw. Then we'll turn the motor on. All right, we'll close our lid. Well, this cook's going to take approximately an hour and a half or so. We got a big chicken here, maybe even up to 2 hours. So now's the time to crack open a nice cold beer and enjoy this beautiful summer day. Cheers. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now we are 1 hour into this cook. Chicken's been on, spinning away. I'll bring you in for a closer look, show you what we got. Now we've got a dome temperature here of around 375 or so. All right, so this chicken's just spinning away. You can see that our seasoning is now adhered to the skin, just coming along nicely. I added a little drip tray between the 2 charcoal baskets just to catch some of those drippings coming off this chicken. All right, at this point, I won't do anything to it. Let's just close the lid. Now I could have put a wireless thermometer into the meat here just to monitor things as we're going, but a lot of people don't have wireless thermometers, so I thought I would do without. Now I know just from looking at it at this point, I probably got another half hour or so. Then we'll probe the temperature, see where we're at. Now at this stage of the game, if you wanted to, like I said, that seasoning started cooked to the skin and everything there. It's not coming off. You could brush some barbecue sauce on there if you wanted to add a little more flavor. I mean, for us, I'm just going to leave it as is. If I were doing this on a salad or something like that where I really want to enhance the flavor, I would put some barbecue sauce on it at this point. That way the barbecue sauce has time to kind of tack up before the chicken's done. We'll let this go another half hour. I'll bring you back and I'll show you what I'm doing then. Okay, we are now an hour and a half into this cook for our rotisserie chicken. We'll open it up, take a look, do a temperature check, see where we're at, and I'll show you what's going on. All right, we got a dome temperature of now around 300. So I know even though our damper settings are in that position, we're starting to lose temperature. So we may have to add some charcoal here. But let's see where we're at with the temperature of our chicken. All right, this is just rotating nicely there. I can tell from that drip tray, I'm not getting too many drips coming out. Getting nice. That skin's looking really nice though. We'll do a temperature reading here on the breast. See where we're at. 147. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Let's see what we got for our charcoal here. I might, got quite a bit of charcoal left. What I might do, I'll just open up the bottom and the upper vents. Maybe I'll open up everything fully just to finish this off. And we'll give it another 10-15 minutes. And I'll take you back and show you what it looks like. All right, we're now an hour and a half into this cook. 15 minutes ago, we opened the vents fully open, the bottom and the upper vent here. I now have a dome temperature of just under 400 degrees. So what I'm looking for now is a temperature of around 160 in the breast of the chicken. And because the legs and the wings are kind of separated from the body of the chicken, they're going to be higher in temperature, which is perfect. So we'll go in, take a look, show you what the temperature of the chicken is, and we're probably going to take it off the grill at this point. All right, here we have it. Still looking so nice here. Flipping around. Those wing tips are just looking fantastic. Do a temperature inside that breast. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're there. 160. Just for fun, we'll go in the leg. 190, 192. This is just reading perfect. Go into that thigh. Same thing. 190. This bird's ready to come off. Now, before we take this chicken off the grill, let's take a nice look at this spinning around. So we'll shut the motor off here. Put on our gloves. Just look at this beauty. I'll cover this with foil. We'll let it cool down before we take it off the spit. We'll just give it a few minutes to rest here. All right, the moment of truth. This has been resting probably for about 5 minutes now, but I just can't wait to get into this. The best rotisserie chicken you're ever gonna have is the one you cook yourself. We're gonna take that off. Let's get rid of our spit here. The moment of truth, the taste test. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna carve this leg. Take that leg off. And that wing, do the same thing there. Come down the backbone. Sorry, not the backbone, but the middle here. Look at the size of that. All right, here we have it. Perfectly cooked rotisserie chicken. Let's get right into the center of the breast here. The juices are just coming off of here. And take half of this piece here. You can see just how juicy that is and tender. Just beautifully cooked. I mean, look at the wing on that. Look at that wing tip. Just so tasty. I'm really looking forward to getting into this, sharing it with the family. You can just see how beautifully everything's cooked. So rotisserie chicken cooked here on a Napoleon Grill's Pro kettle here on Onlyfire's Rotisserie. The chicken itself is just cooked perfectly. Hour and 45 minutes. Of course, this was a large bird. If you had a smaller bird, you're probably just over an hour or something like that. Well, Andrew, thank you for the comment about doing a rotisserie chicken here on the kettle. Looks like we got dinner for the family tonight. If you like this video, again, I appreciate you if you give that thumbs up. As always, pick yourself up a whole chicken, bring it into your backyard, find your place, cook it on your grill, whatever style grill you have. Spend some time outdoors cooking. We'll see everybody on the next one.